Hello everyone, welcome to Santan Rising Santan. Before we start, for those of you who are new to the channel, this is where we feature inspirational story of individuals who bring connection and inspiration to the community. And we aim to create connection, build a community of inspiration, promote creativity and positivity among the youth in Pinal County, especially in Santan Valley. Because we believe that Santan Valley is much more dynamic place than people put it out to be. And we want to showcase that through personality, through the people that represent the innovation, the inspiration across the businesses in the Pinal County. So we do talk show, we interview local leads, and we host other activity in the upcoming fall. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm Jackie.
I'm Kaitlynn.
And I'm Brittany.
This is our co-host in our first episode of Let's Talk Santan. We designed the show to be a format where we invite guests in person over the cup of a drink, and we record the conversation. Like, this is very organic, designed to be about the same time for the coffee chat, about 30 minutes to an hour. It's a way to bring someone offline experience to an online audience like you. So hopefully you guys enjoy it.
And without further ado, let's get on to our first episode. To celebrate the Earth Day in April 22nd, we have our first guest, Brittany. She is a business owner, an animal lover, and environmentalist. She is also a CAC and ASU alumni. She graduated in 2021 with a master's in applied biology science and natural science. And she's here today to share us her story. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We love having you.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it is you do for work and your experience, how you got there?
Absolutely. So I do a little bit too much, as a lot of people, I feel like, especially those who are trying to break into small business ownership, as well as those who are just trying to keep on moving forward and helping the environment. So basically what I do is I'm a natural resource ecologist, so my focus is primarily in biology, botany, and rangeland management. What that means is that we manage livestock, because botany, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. We play with plants. We categorize them. We make sure that they are not going, that they are good for the environment, that they are productive, that they aren't going to go extinct, or that they're not endangered, and ways to support those plants. As a wildlife person, again, it's pretty much the same. It's working with animals in their natural habitats or helping get animals that should not be in that habitat. So these are like non-native species, as well as what we consider invasive species. The difference is very minute, but invasive means that they are doing very bad things in the environment, where non-native typically means that they're not native, but they're not wreaking a lot of havoc. And that's with species across the point. One of the big things that I really enjoy doing is what's called rangeland management. And this is actually managing livestock on both public trust land as well as natural land, like Forest Service land, and U.S. Fish and Wildlife land, and pretty much any of these like wilderness areas. And that allows us to continue to eat food. And then a lot of livestock management can also help with the reduction of like fuels, so fire loads. So that's what my natural resource side is in. And I like to look at things from like a broad spectrum overview instead of like a really finite. So I like to look at the environment as a whole instead of, even though you do have to work with parts and little pieces, I like to try to look at it more as a broad spectrum view and trying to support ecosystems. Like the Sonoran Desert, which we live in here in Arizona, in Pinal County. And we also have, in Arizona alone, we have 3 different deserts: the Chiricahuan, the Sonoran Desert, and the Mojave Desert. So we get all 3 of them, which Arizona is a very special place to have 3 different deserts within it. And then from a business ownership side, I've been exploring going into selling like local home goods and promoting people doing things themselves. So being able to live off of their own land, grow vegetables, eat their own food, fermentation of both fruits and vegetables. And then of course, you got to get farm fresh eggs.
Oh, yeah.
You're very ambitious. Can you tell us a little bit about your fermentation?
Oh yes, okay. So these are more like a mead. So this is actually distilled in honey. So this is coffee, grapes, and then honey, as well as a lot of nectars from bees. So if you are vegan, this is a product that is not vegan friendly. This would be vegetarian friendly though. And so what you're seeing here is the natural process of the sugars are going to protect those fruits and items that you put in them from going bad. And this is something that has occurred since.
How long do you let it sit?
So you can actually let it sit pretty indefinitely. There are actually honeys that go back to ancient times that are found, slash meads that are found, and they are still edible, which is incredible just because honey has such an antimicrobial process. And then over there we actually have fermentation. Any of them. The front one would be better. Ooh. That's okay.
What an experiment here, huh?
Yes. Okay, we'll just leave that one.
Yep.
Okay.
See, this is not my day at all.
Hey, can you hand us a napkin there?
Well, it smells good though.
Yes.
Actually, hope you guys can smell that.
All the way through. It's okay, you can just take it off.
Yep.
Okay, so what we have here.
Oh, what we have here?
And then-
Garlic.
Yes.
Garlic.
So we have garlic.
Yep.
And then we have tomatoes in here. And then deeper down in here are banana peppers, as well as hiding at the very bottom, because fermentation breaks down the foods over time. So these are my mothers, so I can keep adding new, yes, so these are the mother plants or the mother roos. So I can give people starts of these and then they can start their own fermentation process by just continuing to add batches. And so this one, again, this one has cucumber and it has all sorts of different green beans. And I think this one also had cabbage in it at one time, but I think I love cabbage personally. I think I've mostly ate it slash given it to, we kind of do a lot of community. And so my neighbors will come get fermentation products from us. We trade eggs. We do a lot of trading here. Because we live in like a rural environment. So we're kind of on the cusp of rural to suburban. Which is really nice because we get to have a lot of different interactions with people and different kinds of people who come from a lot of different walks of life. We're actually talking about starting a community garden with our neighbors, and so then the people around this area, we can kind of come together as a community even more and share like common core values and work together.
Yeah, that's good. Interesting plan. Yeah, because that's one of our questions that upcoming, and the secrets is already out before we even ask. That's interesting. So usually in this show, we have kind of icebreaker question to get to know the guest a little better. But I'm glad that you just so open and share it up front for us. We're still gonna ask you a couple icebreaker question. Do you want to go ahead?
We're gonna start with this or that. So it's in the name. I give you two options. You're gonna choose which one you prefer. Europe or Asia?
Okay, definitely Asia.
Why?
Okay, I absolutely adore food, and Europe is great. My family tends to be a little bit more European based where I come from, but I've had a lot of that food, and I am so excited about going to different Asian continents just to get to meet the people. There's a lot of very interesting business ethics in all these countries, people that you don't get to meet as often, and I just absolutely adore, I'm not gonna lie, I adore Asian food over, I love German food and I love European food, but in Ireland, you know, I gotta go there, but let's just be honest, I can eat hot pot all day long.
You can't go wrong with that.
And it's supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. So,
do you prefer books or movies?
I love both. I prefer to read the book first if I can, and then watch the movie because I hate spoilers and they usually ruin the movie. Or it's good if I watch the movie first, so then I'm not complaining about the movie because of its
I can
poor
relate
book.
to that. Is there like a favorite of yours?
So, I definitely really like the Ender's Game series.
Ooh.
Yes, so I really enjoyed. The movie was terrible. Let's just be honest. The book series is much better, and then I also really like Orson Scott Card. So of course.
I don't know about that one.
Oh man, we'll have to share book ideas later.
Okay.
Book and movies.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunsets.
Sunsets.
Arizona sunsets are too pretty.
So pretty.
The best.
Hugs or handshakes?
Usually hugs.
Hugs. Introvert or extrovert?
Introverted, extrovert. I tend to be very I get a little bit of anxiety around a lot of people, so I tend to be that person who will over talk or over explain. And then when I'm done with people, I'm just done. I just gotta go to my sanctuary spots and just be relaxed.
Okay. I get that. Beach or mountains?
Oh, that's such a hard question. They're both so beautiful. Out of this country, beaches. In this country, mountains.
Okay. Is there a favorite spot that you like to go to?
I worked on the Coronado National Forest with the USDA Forest Service.
Oh.
And so my favorite place is actually Mount Graham in Safford. They have one of the highest mountain ranges in Arizona, and so it actually gets up to where you get alpine forests, because we have sky islands in Arizona, which means we have mountains that go all the way up to elevations that are that of up north. And people are like, oh, Arizona, it's just a desert. Come and visit us. I'll take you to the good places.
And last one, quality or quantity of friends?
Oh, definitely quantity.
Quantity?
Or, sorry, quality.
Quality.
That would be... We even discussed this a week or two ago.
We're gonna cut that.
We're gonna cut that. Go. Start over. We'll cut that
Do you
one.
want me to repeat
No.
it? Okay. Okay, that's it.
All right.
And so, do you? And now I know that you have a big passion for the environment. Does it always like that, or when did it start inside you?
So, from a very young age, I always enjoyed being outside more than inside, and being with animals. I was a tomboy growing up. I got along better with the boys and being rough and tumble, and so I always was playing with chickens, getting in the mud, having mud competitions, racing, and usually scaring the neighborhood kids with all my animals.
You're a menace.
Oh, villain.
So that's from a very young age.
My mom, my mom, whenever I was really young, I would pick up birds that would hit windows or animals that would get hurt and try to care for them. And I remember one of the earlier times that my mom always encouraged me to do activities, and there's this little bird and it hit the window, and of course they get shocked. And so it was a little finch-like bird. We were outside of, course, a pet store because that was my favorite place to be. I put it in my hand and sat with it, and then the little bird, after a little while, just flew away. And everybody around, because adults love kids doing interesting things, were like, oh, you're so good with animals. And my mom goes, that's not even half of it. Come in and she'll show you the entire store.
That's interesting. I feel like this it's totally a new world that I'm missing out in San Tan Valley. I don't even know if you don't bring it. How many of you know about all of what Brittany just shared. That we have the 3 different types of deserts in Arizona.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yeah, she's native Arizona, and then she's still. Another thing is if you describe yourself in one word, what is gonna be?
Stubborn.
Stubborn.
Yes, very.
Brittany laughed at that.
What is the best advice that you can give yourself in your 20s?
She's still in her 20s.
Okay,
What do you mean?
when you were
I
younger.
get a
When you
little
were
bit.
younger.
I get a little bit more time. Just a little bit more. Best advice to give myself in the last touch of my 20s. Slow down and enjoy things a little bit longer, and don't be so hard on yourself.
Those are good advice.
So now we know you as the business owner, we know about your passion. What about the things that the public may not know about you?
Ooh, dangerous question.
If you're comfortable to share though.
No. So I am part of the LGBTQ plus community. Thank you.
Love you.
Show your colors. And so I really support, obviously, we have to support ourselves, but we as the community can face challenges that other people don't in their everyday activities. So I tried to support both those in like my school, those people in the workplace, and just create communities that people feel welcome and involved in. So that's one thing that people don't know about me, or might not know about me. Most people know that. Obviously, we support people, bringing them into business. I also support mental health and behavioral health awareness, just because that's a huge problem both in communities, and it leads to a lot of the transient community. So those people that are homeless individuals or that are moving around. So I really try to do a lot of community efforts there. And then definitely voting for the first woman who comes up as president. What else do people not know?
I'm so glad.
I drive a truck
You
better
drive a
than most
truck?
men. Sorry, guys.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you actually bring that up, because that's exactly why we start Rising Santan. We feel like Santan Valley is a really good small town, but then for some reason we miss out the connection, like an interpersonal connection, and we do hope we bring that to the community as well, and that's why we do this show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel as we're growing in Arizona and in the community, we definitely are starting, because I've been here, been in Arizona my entire life visiting grandparents and family members, but I've been here in Arizona since '09, living here, and then been out in this area visiting my relatives since '04. And having being on this property, and it's changed a lot in the time that I've been here, and I think a lot of the growth we're starting again between COVID and the growth and just the changing political dynamics and just how we are as people, that sometimes we lose that connection, that one-on-one talk and connecting with people, and instead of yelling at them over a video game.
And then definitely the mental health is the real issue, because we all go through that. I think there's a lot of changes after the COVID thing, and there was we definitely need time for healing. Yeah. Believe it or not, we do pay attention to mental health as well, because I believe we kind of go through that somehow. Yeah,
Absolutely.
no matter if we aware of it or no, but the more we aware of that, then the better we can give ourselves and other some supports that we need in the community.
Just be good humans.
Yep, definitely. So I heard besides that, there's something excited going live today. Do you want to share
Yes.
with everyone as well? And then if you want to feature your team who bring it up and
Absolutely.
make it work, make it possible, definitely share with us.
Absolutely. So it's very exciting. So we actually launched the website fully today. It's obviously still in the works and under construction, so there will be a lot more to come. But before, we were just operating out of a poorly managed Etsy that was more just for being there off of Facebook, off of word of mouth. But we actually launched the website today and got some of the exciting things on there.
Yay.
So I've had a lot of support actually from Chris Alexander. He's part of the community. He goes by Tank. And then Jaden. He has been doing a ton of work on the property and getting us ready, as well as keeping me sane with all of my gadgets and finding them, because I lose everything constantly. And then my brother Gregory, he manages me and reels me back sometimes. Usually, I'm stubborn. I don't listen. Discuss your unemployment later. No, just kidding. But we are finally starting to, I feel like, see the light at the end of the tunnel, because it's been really frustrating dealing with all sorts of shenanigans and just still balancing, trying to live, eat, sleep. So, but we're up and running, and it actually occurred really super fast because my tech team and people team and just people have helped out. Also my grandma, Meemaw, she puts up with all of my shenanigans. We have a multi-generational household here, and whenever you're the matriarch, you don't always want to hear people coming in and out, building internets and new networks and this and that. So I really appreciate her for putting up with me and supporting me, because she was super excited to have you guys over today, and she was like, I don't want to be in the way. I try to get her in on the video, guys. Maybe next time. we'll premiere her someday.
Really excited to meet her.
You have a good team, and definitely as Brittany has a good tech team right here. So if you guys need help with any tech advice or any side project, I believe her team T go by Chris. Chris go by T. That's what I meant. He do a lot of side projects as well. If you're looking for any support, any tech support in the area, definitely drop down your comment below. We keep you guys connected. If you don't work as an environmentalist or as a business owner, then what do you think you're gonna do?
Take over the world, become a president, and
Amen.
And
I will
end
support
world
you.
hunger.
Yep, I would support you.
Let's go.
I vote for you.
I'll start off at governor and we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan. And what is the most challenging when it comes to your current job right now? Is there, because we definitely wanted to share and let you guys know more about what the challenges when it comes to small business owner in Santa Valley.
Absolutely. So just because we're just getting started and a lot of it has been word of mouth, getting it onto like the digital platform and connecting with people, basically learning how to get everything done and get it to a broader audience. I'm not very tech savvy. As you can imagine, with me preferring the woods / the beach to the city and living in a rural area, we definitely have challenges with internet and maintaining the speeds that we need to get all of our processing done, but we've been coping with a lot of that. And I did bring on some individuals that are tech savvy, which has been very helpful, and just let them manage a lot of that, because again, before starting like trying to broaden the small business and get it to more than just local and get it to a more broader audience. It has been, I don't like social media. I am not on social media a lot except for to connect with friends and family or to look at Facebook Marketplace or something along those lines and find more stuff for the farm, random used goods. So it's definitely been difficult just putting all the pieces together. But I've been getting a lot of help from other business owners and just listening and learning and doing a lot of research.
Yeah, so if you looking for any others tech savvy, or if you're looking for other talent to join your team, definitely share with the community. If you're hiring, then there's a good opportunity right here. She's a really good boss as well.
Do you have any rules that you live by?
As I lick my lips halfway through. Yes, I do have a few rules. I usually throw them out the door, depending on circumstances, but pretty much my top like few rules are keep moving. So keep myself moving, keep my team moving, keep my friends and family moving forward and helping them. The other rule that I set for myself is try to do at least one productive thing a day. Even if it's making your bed, even if it's drinking more water, even if it's getting something done that you've wanted to get done for a while. And that's not even, it doesn't have to be something that is like you have to do, but something that makes you feel better about the day and gets your day progressing and moving forward and makes you happy. And then my biggest thing is obviously be kind to both the environment and others. So we're all, I'm very much, we're all the same people, we're all on this planet, and so we need to try to be kind to it. There's definitely ways that we can improve. There's definitely a lot of areas where we can, where I can, and where we as a group effort, a community, can keep on pushing forward to just make those small changes. So those are pretty much my rules.
That's it.
Thank you.
You got any other questions?
Yeah, sure. So, if you, for example, I know you live by the desert, but what if you, one day, you're gonna go to the island on your own without knowing the day to go back? Is there anyone that you wanna bring with you at all?
Well, I'm gonna bring either Gregory, my brother, or I'm gonna bring Chris. He'll probably be able to rig a satellite for us to get us off the island.
He's a good entertainer.
Yeah, good. I will not go bored at all, and we'll probably engineer everything and fix the entire island by the time we're done with it.
Oh, wow.
But my brother is, we grew up together, we really support each other, and if I'm gonna die on an island, I'm gonna try to keep him alive, but I might kill him first. We're gonna try to make it off the island alive. If not, at least we die together, and it's all right. He'll probably die first. He's a little bit of a wuss. Love you, Gregory.
Well, what if you don't bring any people, but what if you can bring one book with you? What book you gonna bring?
Yep. So I'm a huge Anne McCaffrey fan. She's a science fiction writer, but then I love Gina Loyal too. Okay.
It's hard now.
It is hard. Whatever it comes to it. Okay, I'm bringing Anne McCaffrey, and I'm bringing the Tower and the Hive series. I've read that series so many times. I can't bring all the books, so I guess I'm bringing my favorite book, which is Damia. It's the, I think it's the second book in the series, second or third. And it's definitely, it was the book that I read first. I happened to just read it out of order. And then I learned, I was like, oh, this is a series. And I became hooked on her. And she's just a great science fiction author. And of course, again, supporting women writers, supporting writers and she's been writing for a really long time. So she also did a dragon series that a lot of people know about. I have not personally read it. I've read all her other books, but Dragons and I, it's like a 30 or 40 series books. I have not dealt that
Wow.
deep.
Wow. I think that's really all of our questions. That's it. Thank you so much, Brittany, for being our first guest and for making all this whole show happen. And for those of you online watching us, thank you so much for your time and support.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
my name is T. I'm here to end out this talk show host. We're going to name up everyone's name right quick. Lady on the left. What's your name?
You know, I go by the gamer name of Victoria. See you there.
Lady in the middle.
My gamer name's Kaitlynn.
And lady to the right.
I'm Jackie.
Whoa!
And we'll see you on the next video.